अगर मैं राज्य May I have your lordship's permission to commence the proceedings of the court?
Yes. Brother and sister judges, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Solicitor General, Mr. Adish Agarwal, President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Mr. Manoj Mishra, President of the Advocates on Record Association, Mr. Patidoshi, Mr. Rohit Pandey, law officers, family members of late Justice M. Fathima Beevi, all the members of the bar present here. We gather here this morning to remember and honor a truly remarkable and path-breaking individual, Justice M. Fathima Beevi. She was a former judge of this court who passed away on 23rd November 2023 at the age of 96. Justice Fathima Beevi was born to Annavitil Sahib and Khadija Beevi of Patna Titta, Kerala on 30 April 1927. After completing her schooling at the Catholicate High School, Pathanam Titta, Justice Beevi graduated with a degree in chemistry from University College, Thiruvananthapuram. Although Justice Fathima Beevi dreamt of pursuing chemistry, her father persuaded her to study the law. Her father, who was a government employee, was an ardent believer in the power of education and had been inspired by the story of Anna Chandi, India's first female judge. He was convinced that a career in the law would help his daughter scale new heights. Encouraged by her father, Justice Fathima Beevi earned her Bachelor of Laws degree from Law College, Thiruvananthapuram. She secured the first rank and a gold medal in the Bar Council examination and enrolled as a lawyer in 1950. For 7 years, Justice Fathima Beevi practiced as an advocate at the District Court, Kollam, appearing in both civil and criminal cases. She placed first in the Kerala Public Service Commission examination and joined the judicial services as a munsif in 1958. She was promoted to the rank of a junior judge in 1968, Chief Judicial Magistrate in 1972, and District and Sessions Judge in 1974. Justice Fathima Beevi was a trailblazer and a woman of many firsts. In 1980, she became the first woman to be appointed to the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. She was the first Muslim woman to enter the higher judiciary on her appointment as a judge of the Kerala High Court in 1983. 6 years later, she was the first woman to be appointed as a judge of this court. With her elevation to the Supreme Court, Justice Fathima Beevi also became the first woman Supreme Court judge of an Asian nation. She served in the Supreme Court of India as a judge until her retirement on 29th April 1992. Justice Fathima Beevi's time as a judge will be remembered for her exemplary service to the cause of justice, her patient consideration of cases, her impartial adjudication, and her warm relationship with the bar. At the Supreme Court, she left a lasting impact on Indian law through a number of notable judgments. In Scheduled Caste and Weaker Sections Welfare Association versus State of Karnataka, she adjudicated a challenge by individuals representing slum dwellers who were being evicted without notice. Her judgment affirmed the right of socially and economically marginalized individuals to access the court through public interest litigation and the state's obligation to comply with the requirements of natural justice and listen to its citizens before acting. She wrote, It is one of the fundamental rules of our constitutional setup that every citizen is protected against exercise of arbitrary authority by the state or its officers. If there is power to decide and determine to the prejudice of a person, the duty to act judicially is implicit in the exercise of such power, and the rules of natural justice operate in areas not covered by any law validly made. Even after her time as a judge, Justice Fathima Beevi continued to serve our country in various capacities. She served as a member of the National Human Rights Commission from November 1993 to January 1997. She was the chairperson of the Kerala Commission for Backward Classes. She also served as the governor of Tamil Nadu between January 1997 and July 2001. After many years of public service, she retired to her hometown of Patna, Kerala. The spirit of service stayed with Justice Fathima Beevi throughout her life. Even in her later years, she was an active participant in several educational and social initiatives. Justice Fathima Beevi will long be celebrated as an inspiration who paved the way for not simply women, but the underrepresented from all walks of life. She was the living embodiment of the breaking of glass ceilings and gendered stereotypes. Indeed, her broader cultural impact has been immortalized on the silver screen. The Kerala State Film Development Corporation released a Malayalam documentary titled Niti Pathayile Dhira Vanita, or a brave woman on the path of justice, earlier this year on International Women's Day to commemorate her remarkable life and legacy. Justice Fathima Beevi received several honors in her lifetime. The most recent of these, the Kerala Prabha Award, is the second highest civilian honor conferred by the state of Kerala and marks an individual's priceless contribution to society. Justice Fathima Beevi was awarded this honor on 1 November 2023. She passed away at Travancore Medical College Hospital, Kollam on the morning of 23rd November 2023. She is survived by her sisters, Kulsum Beevi, Razia Beevi, and Dr. Fazia Rafiq. Justice Fathima Beevi's nephew, Mr. Aziz Syed, joins us today in court, along with Dr. Rafiq, who is attending this reference virtually. My colleagues and I expressed our heartfelt condolences to the members of the bereaved family. Our country is forever indebted to Justice Fathima Beevi's contributions, not just as a lawyer and a judge, but as a courageous and tireless public personality. She broke many barriers and paved the way for a more diverse and inclusive legal community. Her life and the ideals she stood by will forever serve as a guiding light for lawyers across the country. As we pay our respects, let us remember that her spirit lives on in the pursuit of justice.
My Lords, President, Supreme Court Bar Association, Mr. Agarwal, Sri Patti Joshi, Vice President, Sri Harish Pandey, Secretary, Manoj Mishra, President Skora, Abdul Aziz, nephew of Justice Fathima Beevi, who is present, and other family members who have joined virtually, and my colleagues. Born in Kerala in 1927, Justice Fathima Beevi was a true pioneer in the field of law. One of the only 5 female students in her class, she made her mark by topping the bar exam and earning a gold medal from the Bar Council of India. The first woman to serve as a High Court judge in independent India, she would also go on to become the first woman ever appointed to the position of a judge in the Supreme Court. In a career spanning over 40 years, Justice Fathima Beevi went from practicing in the district courts in Kerala to serving in the lower judiciary before ultimately rising through the ranks all the way to the apex court. On being asked her feelings on having made history as the first female Supreme Court judge, Justice Fathima Beevi, with her customary humility, replied, "I opened a closed door." In her tenure as a judge of the Honorable Supreme Court, Justice Fathima Beevi showed a firm commitment to human rights and the principles of fairness in state action. As pointed out by my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, the Scheduled Caste and Vicar Section Welfare Association versus State of Karnataka is one of the leading judgments penned by Justice Fathima Beevi. Even after her retirement in the Supreme Court, In 1992, Justice Fatima Bibi continued to play an active role in public affairs. From 1993 to 1997, she served first as a member of Kerala Backward Class Commission and thereafter as a member of National Human Rights Commission. She was appointed Governor of Tamil Nadu in 1997, a position she held until 2001. Known for her simplicity and unassuming nature, Justice Fatima Bibi opted for a quiet retirement away from public eye in her ancestral home at Pathimatta, Kerala. Justice Fatima Bibi was a true inspiration to all lawyers and particularly for women lawyers. The legal profession was left richer for having her in it, and her legacy will certainly stand the test of time and continue to inspire. I pay condolences on behalf of the Government of India, on behalf of the Honorable Learned Attorney General, and on my behalf to the bereaved family members.
Honorable Dr. Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, other Honorable Judges of Supreme Court, Learned Attorney General for India, Mr. R. Venkataramani, who has joined us online while traveling, Learned Solicitor General for India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Chairman, Bar Council of India, Mr. Manan Kumar Mishra, Ms. S. Prabhakaran, Executive Vice Chairman, and Executive Chairman Apurva Kumar Sharma, and other distinguished office bearers of Bar Council of India, Learned Additional Solicitor Generals of India, senior advocates, honorable sitting and retired judges from different parts of India, Learned Advocate Generals of different states, Vice President Mr. Sukumar Patjoshi, Honorary Secretary Mr. Rohit Pandey, Joint Secretary Mr. Manish Kumar Dubey, Treasurer Ms. Yugandhra Pawar Jha, and Joint Treasurer Mr. Amrind Kumar Singh, and other distinguished office bearers and members of the Supreme Court Bar Association, President Mr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, Vice President Mr. Sneha Mukherjee, Honorary Secretary Mr. Devworth, Joint Secretary Ms. Rasmi Malhotra, Treasurer Mr. Puneet Singh Bindra, and Joint Treasurer Mr. Sachin Sharma, and other distinguished office bearers and members of Supreme Court Advocate on Record Association, family members of late Justice M. Fatima Bibi, officers of Registry of Supreme Court, including Secretary General Mr. Atul M. Kurekar, distinguished media persons, my brothers and sisters in the legal profession. We have gathered here to pay homage to our most distinguished legal luminary and pure soul, late Justice M. Fatima Bibi, who was the most distinguished judge of this honorable court. She had many firsts to her credit. She was the first female judge of this honorable court, the first Muslim woman to be appointed to the higher judiciary, the first woman member of the country's Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, the first judge to be elevated to the Supreme Court after her retirement from the High Court. Her demise is a personal loss to me. I was fortunate to have spent considerable time with her when she took over as judge of the Honorable Supreme Court. In fact, I owe it to her encouraging words that I contested the election of the Supreme Court Bar Association the first time. I used to tell her often that she had worn too many hats. She started as a munsif, then she became a sub-judge, then Chief Judicial Magistrate, then District Judge, then Judicial Member of Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, then High Court Judge, then Supreme Court Judge, then the member of the National Human Rights Commission, then she became the Governor of State of Tamil Nadu. And the unique part is that her attitude remained just the same all those years. Despite occupying high offices, she remained a humble and spirited person. I used to joke with her that she should be arrested for breaking many glass ceilings. Miss Justice Beevi always came across as a calm person, but she was firm in her judicial disposition. She was patient in hearing cases and would not decide till she has got a grip over the facts of the case, no matter how complex they are. She will be remembered for showing exemplary courage in the different constitutional positions she occupied during her career spanning 51 years. She has inspired generations and has made them believe that one can fulfill every dream with hard work and sincerity. Being the president of Supreme Court Bar Association, I offer condolences to her family and respectfully pay homage to her. Jai Hind.
May I request everyone to stand up to observe 2 minutes silence in memory of late Honorable Justice Fathima Beevi, former judge of the Supreme Court.
I have your Lordship's permission to conclude the proceedings of the court.
The court will sit for normal work at 11:15 a.m.